Alright, what we're looking at is, they'll tell you it's a weed, of course, but it just froze, so this is dead. This is what I've been putting in, what I eat and my seeds and stuff. But I'm just saying, this is Saturn. This life form has to do with Saturn. Okay, beets have to do with Saturn. The cypress tree has to do with Saturn. Ivy has to do with Saturn. It's very important to know that. Okay, because this time of the year, once you harvest these, anything you harvest, then it's time to go to the roots. Okay, so because the roots, the average human being doesn't have the material. Okay, you got to build the material in your brain. Okay, you're made of this. You're not made of what you get up and drink and eat every morning to the average human. Okay, so I'm going to dig these fucking roots up. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, now what we have is we've dug them out some. Okay, this is going to be your anatomy. All this is going to be your anatomy. This is going to be your brain right here. The soil is going to be what you eat and drink. Okay? Get Lala. So, do you understand? Its roots are in heaven. Well, our roots are in heaven, which is the head, heave in. I can get into the ancient stuff, but I don't want to. So now, can you not see how this looks like a brain, and it does. I'll show you a brain. So you break this down and you're consuming Saturn, the energy of Saturn. And then if you know your others, like spearmint and other stuff, spearmint's going to be Venus. So then you have Saturn and Venus. Those currents, if you get them in you simultaneously, peppermint's going to be Mercury. So is, dill? It doesn't matter. Sage is going to be Jupiter. So if you're burning sage, you've got Jupiter coming into you. You're breathing Jupiter in. And then if you're breaking this down or chewing on it, you're bringing Saturn in. And then if you're sitting there chewing on spearmint leaves, you're bringing the current of Venus. Because remember, we're using names. We're beyond names. Okay, so determining on what you eat and drink, your roots are going to, this is the average goys right here. This is mine. My roots are founded. They ain't coming out. You see this dirt? This represents my brain. You see what I mean? And truthfully, look, see that worm? It never sees the light. So these goy that's a glimpse of what's to come. It's very important to know this. So let me do some more digging. So now what you're looking at is the human being. If you just flip it upside down, there's the brain, there's the pneumogastric, the cerebrospinal system. So the first to develop in the embryonic stage would be the brain and the cord. So the brain, which would be the roots. From the roots, everything grows. That's dead giveaway. You can throw everything away that they have. So I mean, that's the whole thing. You got to understand too, these humans they don't fucking have a clue of how far gone that they are. Right there's the sun right there. That's why I'm doing this. And that sun penetrates the ground and charges those roots. So each day that the sun comes over, that's going to grow. It's being charged. And when you put rubber and shit on dummies and then give them chemicals and they take them, all those fluids in them counter-react to that. So it charges them into these dis-eases because their anatomy's not at ease because it's a sin. Okay, it's that easy. Right there's the human anatomy. I can't remember, in Revelation it talks about it bear fruit on each side of the street. Well, that's the cerebrospinal system bearing fruit, and from the roots comes the rest of it. From the seed comes from the rest of it. Yeah. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to come to you from, there's a neuron right here. Sort of looks like the same roots, doesn't it? See that? See those blood vessels right there? Those look like roots. Okay. So what you were looking at out there right a while ago was the roots were sticking out up, and I said, and that's the rest of the anatomy because it was upside down. So if we look at that, what was in the ground, there's the roots, and then here's the rest of the anatomy. Watch, listen. Revelations 22. It's smoky in here because I got rosemary burning. Revelations 22. King James Version says, and he shewed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal. That right there. Proceeding out of the throne of God of the Lamb. The Lamb is the cerebrum. That's the Lamb, ram. So coming out of the throne of God, it's crystal is clear, pure river, water of life, which is the spinal canal. Okay? 2, in the midst of the street of it. So on either side of the river was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. The nations are the organs. That's the organs. Okay? So what you have right here is there's the tree of life right here. Okay? This is the street. All right? And which bear 12 manner of fruits, which has to do with the 12 constellations, the 12 months, the 12 cranial nerves, the 12 lunar ganglia, 12 inches in a ruler, 12 everything. Okay, so what you have is you're a mirror image. And see, that right there not only debunks, it destroys any fucking thing that they have, because the same way that soil has to be good for that to produce something good is the same way that the soil. You got to start looking at your society, what you eat and drink, that's soil. You're creating a garden. Yep. Within here. So it goes in here, here, thinking and all that. And if it's interfered, then the soil's going to be shit. So the roots are going to be shit. It's got to make complete sense. You know. Because, I mean, that's the whole thing is in order to see something for what it is, you got to look at it face to face, and you can't run from it. But then again, you know, the average person, you're taught to destroy everything that has life, so it doesn't have a chance. And then that way you go to their stores. The people who influenced you to destroy it, you go to their stores and buy their chemicals to destroy spirit. Yeah. And to never even have anything to do with it. And then generationally, and this is worldwide. Same McDonald's, same pharmacies, same sodas, same alcohol. They're all in every fucking continent now. Movie studios. Yeah, NASA, it's the same military, same police, same fucking court shit. Saturn, same, been the same for a very long time. I don't really do videos like this a lot because, you know, when you start doing shit like this, back to back in their face, then I feel like they would shut you down, wouldn't they? Because, I mean, it's fucking common sense. And see, when you show this to the average goy mind, they just fucking dismiss it. You got to remember, they're if they see this, you know, and there's some weird, you know, career person where they got to test everything in the soil and all that shit, that's all made up. Yeah, that career person grew up, they've got 10,000 hours of Thomas the Train and whatever other fucking garbage, and now they've got 10,000 hours of Instagram and Facebook and all that. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there except this. And the same way that up there controls this down here, and everything that comes out of the ground is a mirror image, is the same way this controls this fucking dummy from birth. And then this just moves them. You know, and then while they're driving everywhere, there's digital fucking signs everywhere. Everything in the car, fucking everywhere. It's not real. You won't face it. Some of y'all watching this that's struggling with it, it's like, listen, the impulses are demons. The impulse to tell you to, you know, you need to think about how many billions of fucking idiots there are that get up every day and grab their gadget, take their pill, and sit there. That's not a human being. That's not God. That's disgusting. It's fucking gross. And then they all justify everything just like a demon would. But it's our job to care for them. And we're not ridiculing them. We're just, you know, we're calling it what it is. And in order to get better, you've got to see it for what it is. Love you.